in chapter 6. After this, Jesus crossed to the far shore of the Sea of Galilee, also called the Sea of Tiberias. A great crowd followed him because they saw the signs he performed on the sick. Then Jesus went up on a mountainside and sat down with his disciples. Now the Passover, the feast of the Jews, was near, when Jesus looked up and saw the large crowd coming toward him. He said to Philip, "Where shall we buy bread for these people to eat?" He asked this only to test him, for he himself knew what he was about to do. Philip answered, 200 denarii worth of bread would not be enough for each one to have a little. Another disciple, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said, "There is a boy here with 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish, but what are they among so many?" Jesus said, "Have the people sit down." There was much grass in that place, so the men sat down, about 5,000 in number. Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed them to those who were seated, as much as they wanted. He did the same with the fish. When they had eaten their fill, he said to his disciples, "Gather the pieces that are left over, so that nothing is wasted." They gathered them and filled 12 baskets with the fragments of the 5 barley loaves left by those who had eaten. When the people saw the sign Jesus had performed, they said, "This is truly the prophet who is to come into the world." But Jesus, knowing they intended to come and make him king by force, withdrew again to the mountain by himself. When evening came, his disciples went down to the sea, got into a boat, and started across the water toward Capernaum. It was dark and Jesus had not yet come to them. A strong wind was blowing and the waters grew rough. When they had rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus walking on the sea, coming near the boat, and they were afraid. But he said to them, "It is I, do not be afraid." Then they willingly received him into the boat, and immediately the boat reached the shore where they were going. The next day, the crowd that had stayed on the far side of the lake saw that only one boat had been there, and that Jesus had not gone with his disciples. Then other boats from Tiberias landed near the place where the people had eaten the bread after the Lord had given thanks. When the crowd saw that neither Jesus nor his disciples were there, they got into the boats and went to Capernaum, seeking him. When they found him on the other side of the lake, they said, "Rabbi, when did you get here?" Jesus answered, "Truly I tell you, you seek me not because you saw signs, but because you ate the loaves and were filled. Do not labor for the food that perishes, but for the food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. For on him God the Father has set his seal." Then they asked, "What must we do to do the works God requires?" Jesus answered, "This is the work of God, that you believe in the one he has sent." So they said, "What sign then will you give, that we may see and believe you? What will you do? Our ancestors ate manna in the wilderness, verse as it is written. He gave them bread from heaven to eat. Jesus said to them, truly I tell you, it was not Moses who gave you the bread from heaven, but my Father gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is he who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. They said to him, Sir, give us this bread always. Jesus replied, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger, and whoever believes in me will never thirst. But as I told you, you have seen me, and still you do not believe. All that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never cast out. For I came down from heaven not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me. And this is the will of him who sent me, that I should lose none of those he has given me, but raise them up on the last day. For this is my Father's will, that everyone who sees the Son and believes in him may have eternal life, and I will raise him up on the last day. Then the Jews began to murmur about him, because he said, I am the bread that came down from heaven. They said, is this not Jesus, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How can he now say, I came down from heaven? Jesus answered, do not grumble among yourselves. No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I will raise him up on the last day. It is written in the prophets, they will all be taught by God. Everyone who has heard the Father and learned from him comes to me. No one has seen the Father except the one who is from God. He alone has seen the Father. Truly I tell you, whoever believes has eternal life. I am the bread of life. Your ancestors ate the manna in the wilderness and they died. This is the bread that comes down from heaven, that one may eat of it and not die. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. Then the Jews argued sharply among themselves, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? Jesus said to them, truly I tell you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise him up on the last day. For my flesh is true food and my blood is true drink. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me, and I in him. As the living Father sent me, and I live because of the Father, so whoever feeds on me will live because of me. This is the bread that came down from heaven, not like the bread the ancestors ate and died. Whoever eats this bread will live forever. He said these things while teaching in the synagogue at Capernaum. When many of his disciples heard this, they said, "This is a hard teaching. Who can accept it?" Aware that his disciples were grumbling about this, Jesus said, "Does this offend you? Then what if you see the Son of Man ascend to where he was before? It is the Spirit who gives life, the flesh counts for nothing. The words I have spoken to you are spirit and life, yet there are some of you who do not believe." For Jesus knew from the beginning who did not believe and who would betray him. He said, "This is why I told you that no one can come to me unless it has been granted him by the Father." From that time, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. So Jesus said to the 12, "Do you also want to go away?" Simon Peter answered him, "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. We have believed and have come to know that you are the Holy One of God." Jesus replied, "Did I not choose you, the 12? Yet one of you is a devil." He was speaking of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, who, though one of the 12, would later betray him.